The man had one arm wrapped tightly around the woman he never got over, while pretending to be all loving as he held his wife's hand. He dared to do it because he was sure his wife was blind and would never notice he had gone off track. So he used her birthday party as the perfect chance to write another woman's name on the cake, just to embarrass his wife in front of every guest. But what he never expected was that 7 days earlier, his wife's vision had already fully recovered. At first, she was overjoyed and wanted to tell her husband the good news right away. But before she could even say a word, he gave her a blow she would never forget. She could not understand how the man who once swore to protect and care for her forever could turn around and betray her after she accidentally lost her sight, but she did not expose them on the spot. In the days that followed, she watched her husband completely ignore their past love and shamelessly fool around with another woman. Deep down, she swore that one day, just thinking back on what he had done today would make him wish he were dead. After that, the man kept acting like a devoted husband in front of his wife, while using her like a maid just to please the other woman. So she forced down her anger and kept pretending she could not see, quietly listening to her husband's lie-filled excuses. "I'm a little tired. I'm going to rest in the guest room." Seeing the smug, provocative look on the other woman's face, she showed no reaction at all and simply let the two of them act out right in front of her. Even the next morning, all she wanted was to eat breakfast in peace, but she still did not get that. During breakfast, the other woman came over again and even sat straight on the man's lap right in front of her. The man kept saying how much he loved his wife, but his body was brutally honest. He was completely lost in another woman's arms and could not pull himself away. The other woman looked at his blind wife with eyes full of pride and mockery. Then she swayed her hips and went back to her room, waiting for the man to come over. He had planned to finish breakfast with his wife first, but the second he saw the flirty photo the other woman sent, he could not sit still. Before leaving, he kept promising his wife over and over that he would spend real time with her in a few days. But he had no idea he had already lost that chance. Once this birthday party ended, his wife would give him a gift he would never forget. They say anyone who sees this video and leaves 3 flower emojis will have smooth sailing and great fortune in the days ahead. At that moment, the man was still lost in his fantasy of having 2 women at once, thinking that as long as he hid it well enough, this exciting and comfortable life could go on forever. He never expected that the other woman, just to feel superior for a moment, had already told his wife everything about their affair. Facing her humiliation, the wife stayed unusually calm. With just one calm sentence, she hit the other woman right where it hurt. The man refused to divorce his wife, and he would never marry her. That only proved she was nothing more than his toy, too. "Too bad, you're still blind." "So what? Gu Qingchuan is still my husband." Before the other woman could throw a fit, the man suddenly came back. Seeing him, she instantly put on a sweet and obedient act. At the birthday party the man had prepared for his wife, the other woman flirted with him openly in front of all the guests. Everyone there looked at his wife with mocking eyes, treating her like the biggest joke in the room. But the woman knew very well that if you want to destroy someone, you must first let them lose control. So no matter what excuse the man made to go see the other woman, she pretended to know nothing and acted completely unfazed. When it was time to cut the birthday cake, she gave the person who had led the mocking earlier a meaningful look. At that moment, she was looking forward more than ever to the man's reaction when he learned the whole truth. After the party ended and they returned home, the woman set fire to every piece of proof and every memory of their love. Just then, the man also came home. But everything in the fire had already burned to ashes, so he could not tell what it had been and did not think much of it. That night, he wanted to spend time with his wife, but he had no idea that everything he did now looked weak and meaningless. Tomorrow would be the day she left him for good. He was still focused on cheering her up and having a romantic night together, completely unaware that only 4 hours remained before she walked away. The two had just sat down to have a real talk when the other woman's provocative call came in. On the phone, she kept showing off, saying that with just one call from her, the man would immediately leave his wife and come running. The wife sat quietly beside him, waiting for her husband to choose. The man thought back to today,